What's good, sports family? We have a sad breaking news in the baseball world, MLB world. Former manager Bobby Cox has just passed away today. When you see this video, it will be yesterday, at the age of 84. He passed away on May 9th, 2026, and confirmed by his death by his families and friends, ending life one of the most respected and respectable managers in baseball history. Let's get into it. So, you guys may or may not know who Bobby Cox is. Before we get started, he's a legendary manager, mainly known for the Braves manager, was managing them for many, many years, even towards the end of his manager career. Most of you from the age of my age, I'm about to turn 30, and older, remember him his time in the 1990s. And also parts of the 2000s. But let's get into it. So Bobby Cox, legendary manager, Bobby Cox was born on as Robert Joseph Cox on May 21st, 1941 in Tulsa. He grew up in California and attended Selma High School, where he became a standout baseball player from a young age. Cox loved the game and was known for his competitive personality and baseball IQ. So he loved baseball at an early age. Before becoming a manager, Cox actually played professional baseball. He spent years in the minor league before making it to the Major League Baseball with the New York Yankees in 1968 and in 1969 as a third baseman. His playing career was short, but it helped shape the baseball mind that would later become legendary. So he played a little bit of baseball, minor league mainly, but a couple of major leagues with the New York Yankees. As you see, he did play some major league ball. After retiring as a player around age 30, Cox moved into coaching and quickly built a reputation as a strong leader and talent developer. His first major league managing job came with the Atlanta Braves in 1978 after being hired by owner Ted Turner. As you guys know, check out that video. He passed away. Rest in peace, Ted Turner. He was the owner for the Atlanta Braves during that time. Although those early Braves teams struggled pretty bad, Turner believed in Cox's baseball knowledge, and Cox later became the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays and transformed them into a contender. In 1985, he led the Toronto Blue Jays to its first ever division title and won the American League Manager of the Year award. But Cox's greatest legacy came in Atlanta, as you know. So he returned to Atlanta organization as a general manager in the late 1980s and helped build one of the baseball's greatest dynasties. He helped bring together future Hall of Famers like Chipper Jones, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, and Greg Maddux. Then in 1990, he returned as a Braves manager. What followed became one of the greatest runs in sports history: 14 consecutive division titles from 1991 to 2005, 5 National League pennants, a 1995 World Series championship, over 2,500 manager wins, so W wins, inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2014. Cox was famous for protecting his players and arguing with umpires. He still holds the MLB record for ejections by a manager with 162. Braves fans love his fiery personality because he knew he would always, fought for his team. As you know, I don't think nobody's ever going to beat that record anymore due to the whole robot umpire stuff. So just know that record is never going to be broken ever again. But even after retiring in 2010, Cox remained deeply connected to baseball and the Braves organization. In 2019, he suffered a major stroke that affected his speech and movement, but friends said his love and understanding of baseball never disappeared. He continued attending Braves events when his health was allowed. And in 2025, Braves fans gave Cox a huge ovation during the 30-year celebration of the 1995 World Series team and became one of the final major public appearances ever. Following news of his death, fans across baseball shared emotional tribute online. Many Braves fans called him the skipper of their childhood and remember growing up watching the team dominate in the 1990s and honestly on TBS broadcast, which, as you know, Ted Turner owned, I think, if I'm correct on that. But Bobby Cox leaves behind a massive legacy, not just a Hall of Fame manager, but as one of the defining figures in Atlanta sports history. For many baseball fans, especially in the South, he was, the face of winning baseball for nearly 2 decades. So yeah, guys, Bobby Cox, rest in peace, passed away at the age of 84. Had a lot of, health issues here and there, but that's when it comes to old age, your body starts to shut down. But yeah, I mean, I remember him. I remember him a good part of my childhood. I think a little bit later on, maybe that was like 1 year he was in on the team for a little bit, not even. But I remember in 2005, 2005, I was like 10 or 9 years old. But I remember around when I was 7 to 6 to 8 years old, I remember him managing the Braves at the time. He was a good manager. Honestly, he was a really good manager. But I honestly don't know why they moved on him. I think because he just wanted to retire or whatnot. But honestly though, as a Mets fan, I do not like the Braves, just like I do not like the Phillies. But I gotta give a lot of respect for him as a skipper. He was really talented. He knew how to run a baseball club. Not only in the GM role, but as a skipper. He did really well. Not getting Chipper Jones, but other guys that come into the organization, but also knowing how to win games and doing what, managers should be doing, especially today's day and age, which is hard. But, it like I said, as much as I don't like the Braves, and much as I didn't like Bobby Cox as a fan, looking at the Atlanta Braves organization, but from the outside, I gotta give him a lot of props. A lot of, my hats off goes to Bobby Cox as a skipper. And I also, as a human being, you can see the fact that he was there for his players. And he does put his players, hold accountable. And that's what we all need from a coach. No matter baseball, football, basketball. We need a coach like Bobby to, do what he did for the Atlanta Braves. But, yeah, guys, as Braves fans, let me know in the comments what was your favorite memory as Bobby, not only as a coach, but also as a GM, but also if you watched Bobby throughout his whole career, especially playing baseball. Let me know your favorite memory of him playing as a player. That'd be pretty cool to hear some of you guys if you ever saw him when you guys were younger. And last but not least, my thoughts and prayers goes out to the Cox family. Like we all said, he was honestly one of the greatest, I would say the greatest Braves managers of all time. And I would say I want to say top 10, but I think it might be up there. Braves skippers in baseball all time. And